Shredder. This thing is amazing, and Embassy is responsible for the bulk of shredders across the country and across the world. This is called their Elite. This is their auto shredder. We are doing a this day only. This shredder every day of the week is $191. Today it is down to $129 with free shipping and handling. What does a shredder do? A microcut shredder will basically destroy anything that you put in there, as long as it's like a paper. It even does cardboard. It does all kinds of great things into unrecognizable pieces. They used to be strip shredding, which was just long strips. Anybody that saw the movie Argo knows that doesn't work. Then it got sort of a crisscross, cross-cut. This is microcut. Microcut is basically confetti. Nobody is ever going to be able to put that together. And if you've got precious information, and it could be your social security number, it could be your address. A lot of people are like, well, my social's not on it. Your address is on things. I don't even want people to know where I live. If they want to go through your mail, and if you don't think they do, there are people, if I put something out on the curb, it could be like an old beat up, like bent shovel. It's gone in 10 minutes. There are great people out there that repurpose and recycle, but there are also people out there that are looking to steal your identity. Identity theft is on the rise. It gets worse and worse and worse. This is a way to be able to protect yourself. What I love about this one too is it's got the auto dock feeder into it. So it will go through and it will shred continuously up to 130 sheets at a time. $129.99. Bill Duggan is standing by via Skype. He's going to take you on a tour of it. Bill, I never owned a shredder till I worked at HSN, and now I realize why I've been waiting, why I've wanted one for so long, because it actually relieves a lot of my stress.
It busts the clutter, it does relieve the stress, because 1 in 7 of us fall victims to identity theft. That's why the federal government tells us we need to shred, but for a lot of us, shredding was a chore. I had to sit here and feed it through and do all that stuff. The big game changer with this is the auto dock tray in the back, like you were talking about. We have not had this shredder on in months at HSN. So if you are buried by clutter, want to clean the office before the start of the year, get this one, because look at this. 100 sheets, 50 sheets, 130 sheets. I can take all of them or half, whatever I want, load it up in the back guide, just load it up in that back tray. That's my auto shred tray. And guess what? While it's doing the shredding, I'm gonna get another cup of coffee. I'm gonna go walk the dog. It's taking care of my identity and doing that shredding all on its own. Quick tour of the unit. 130 sheets in the back. There's a 10-sheet tray in the front, so I can actually shred at the exact same time, which is nice. You do walk away with microcut, which is a smaller, more secure shred, but because it's smaller, it doesn't fill up the bin nearly as fast. It's the largest bin we've ever offered. It's 5.5 gallons, so it really can hold a lot, doesn't have to be emptied a lot. It's also a narrower unit, so it sits a little taller. So what does that mean? When this is on the floor, and by the way, these all are on casters, but when it sits on the floor, I don't have to bend down to shred. The shredder's right there within reach. So really popular, really powerful, very quiet too, which is actually nice, because while this is shredding, I'm gonna go back to, making breakfast or finding other stuff to shred because I'm in the zone, and it feels good, guy. It feels good to get rid of the clutter. It feels good to protect my identity and to know I'm doing it smart. Yeah. And you'll see why Embassy is such a popular brand. One other reason why, it ships to you for free. This weighs about 20 pounds, fully assembled, plug and play. We have about 2 colors left. And think of it this way too. Tax season, I'm matching my tax documents. 49% of all identity theft happens during tax season. When we send stuff to the printer, we dig stuff out of storage, and then what do we do with it? We just crumple it up and throw it away. That's not protecting your identity. Microcut is. And we'll show you just how fine this is, but more importantly, this is powerful, it's convenient, and the government even recommends that we shred because one of the #1 complaints is about identity theft. You're stopping it.
Bill, people think it's not gonna happen to them. And then when it does, it's a 2-year nightmare. And many of the times, it's people that are going dumpster divers, people that are, you just leave something laying around and somebody gets their hands on it. The government encourages you to shred your documents, especially sensitive documents. Like we said, if you've got anything with your social on it, what are you doing with your tax documents? In taxes, when you get a tax return, those things are like 25, 30, 40 pages long, all right? And so you gotta get rid of all that stuff. It's got your income information, it's got your kids' information, your kids' social security, it's got all that information on it. What I do is when I get stuff at home, and by the way, you can put a couple pieces in at the same time, doesn't matter, and you don't even have to really put them in straight, doesn't matter, it goes right through it, and it shreds it into unrecognizable pieces. It all goes down into the bin, and I'll just keep going here. Put a couple more pieces in there, and if it's folded, don't worry about it. It's gonna go right through it. And it's peace of mind. It really is. Now, if you want black, I've got 10 dozen left in black, all right? That's all I've got left. And then the remainder, I have in the silver. They are on wheels, so you can move it. I actually take mine, I have a spare bedroom, I put it back there when I decide to shred and I'm doing a lot of stuff, I bring it out. Otherwise, I just take the mail in right in that bedroom and I put it right in, load it up. If you've got 20, 30, 40 sheets, you could put them in the auto feeder and it'll guide them through. This is a really smart solution out there for y'all. And I'm telling you this from personal experience. I've had friends that have lost their identity. We've had one or two hosts here that have had identity. I know poor Marlo went through a crazy time trying to get her identity back, and it can happen from anything. It's the fact that we don't think it's going to happen to us. Beyond identity theft, here's the reason I bought it at first, when I bought my first one, and that was several years ago. I used to take mail, and maybe you've done this, out of my mailbox, and I would throw it on the dining room table, because it's me and Danny. My son lives with me. We don't sit at the dining room table. We eat in front of the TV, and even on Thanksgiving. But anyway, so I sit there and I would have mail all over, and then at the end of the week or at the end of 2 weeks, I'd look at the table and I'd be like, ugh, I don't want to go through this. 90% of the stuff that I was getting was junk mail, but you're afraid to throw it away. So what I would do is I would get all stressed out. Now, every time I get junk mail, probably every 2 days, I just take the junk mail, stack it up, I walk in the other room, boom, I put it in, it's gone. I never deal with it. And all this material is recyclable. You can bin it up, throw it in a bag, you can put it on the curb, the recycle people will take it, you can use it as packing material. If it's paper, you can even mulch it if you wanted to, but what I love about it is we're taking a lot of stuff and we're compacting it down. It's convenient, you can roll it anywhere you want, there's locking casters, so if you want to leave it somewhere, if you have a home office, it's a must-have. Don't wait till it happens to you. So many people do, right? It's like, it's a backup system, like anything else. It's like, why leave it to chance? You got very important private information. It could be old photographs. It could be an ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. You're just like, I just want to get rid of it, right? You can do it inside here. And that's a weird example, but you know what I'm talking about. There's some things that you just don't need anymore. There's some things you don't want. There's some things that are very personal, private to you. It could be a letter that you're just like, I don't want that letter in my house anymore. Whatever it is, you can shred it. And I think it's better for the environment as well because you do have the ability to recycle. If you want to get it home, the discount is $62 for today. Okay, 1 day, $62 off. It's $26 on your credit card. It's free shipping and handling. Get it home for free, try it out. It's amazing, Bill, how many people, when they get a shredder, they have that, I can't believe I haven't had a shredder for this long, because you love it when you have it. It's so convenient.
You do.
Yeah.
You get instant gratification. I swapped out the bin so you can see what Microcut looks like in action, how small it is, how much its capacity is as well. But it does feel good. It's very cathartic because all of a sudden those stacks and piles that I've been holding on to, because I've been needing to shred, but putting it off, it's happening. I'm seeing it right in front of my eyes. This is our most powerful, convenient unit. Remember that auto shred tray? It's shredding. It's page 42. I can go get the mail like you were talking about, and I come back in and I'm, perusing through. Don't need this piece. Don't even need to open it up. I'm not creating a mess. I'm actually managing it, and you're protecting your identity. Because this is what you're talking about. That identity theft, most of us, when it happens to us, we don't know we've been that victim until it's too late. Until we try to refinance, open a new credit card, get a student loan or a car loan. I'm like, oh yeah, you don't qualify for the 3% because of this ding back 3 years ago. You have to pay more in interest. It's a nightmare that we all don't want to run into. And this is your first line of defense to protect your identity. They've made it very convenient. They've made it very secure. I love the footprint of this because it does sit a little taller, so it doesn't take up a lot of floor space, but it's within reach. And then the convenience of that auto shred tray in the back is just heaven. And you're talking about cardboard? Yes, that box is going to ship to you for free, but more importantly, don't recycle your identity. I'm going to put that cardboard in there. Look what happens. Thick corrugated cardboard. It is just pulverized. It feels good to shred. It's not a chore. You're not doing something from the 70s, strip cut, not even using cross cut. This is how small it is. That is your micro cut. Right down there, so fine, so small. And what you're going to notice as you keep shredding and shredding, and it's funny, I was like, had time over my hands, the pandemic and, cleaning out the office. Credit card. This credit card expired in 2004. I'm still holding on to it because, my identity is on there. But that credit card, that offer, that plastic, watch what happens. It's going to go in and it's going to get shredded. And I got to tell you, guy, it feels good. You see it happen right in front of your eyes.
Oh, it feels great.
Boom.
I love doing it.
And this is what you're going to have at the ready. Whether you get the black, whether you get the silver, you are going to appreciate the convenience, the power, and getting all of this back. It goes through Staples. It goes through a lot of stuff. And at the end of the day, when I put this out at the curb, it is unidentifiable. Because I think you've been there too, Guy. I've done this. Kitchen garbage can, bathroom garbage can, it all ends up at the same garbage can. But more importantly, you're going to be protected. And remember, we have not had this on for months. So if you've been wanting this to upgrade your home office, start the year off right for school, this is the one you want to get. And I don't know when we're going to be back with it either.
I don't know why it's so satisfying.
Right?
By the way, if you want black, I got 100. I have 100 left in black if you want to get it. I also have it available in silver. It's very therapeutic. You're trashing, you know, before you yell at the dog or yell at the kids, go shred. I'm telling you, you'll